For the first time in UFC history, a European champ looks to defend a title on European soil. Welcome in to MMA Live Extra. I'm Phil Murphy. This Saturday, Joann Jedrzejczyk takes on Jedrzejczyk-Penne in the main event of UFC 69 in Berlin, Germany. To break down this one, we head to Las Vegas, where we find ESPN MMA writer Brett Okamoto. Brett, Jedrzejczyk dominated Carla Esparza at UFC 185 in March to win the women's strawweight title. How do you expect Jedrzejczyk to approach Penne?
I think Jedrzejczyk's approach to Penne is similar to her approach against Carla Esparza. Keep the fight on the feet, defend the takedowns, and then dominate on the feet. And that is something she is very capable of doing. Jedrzejczyk is the best striker in this division. And this is a tough stylistic matchup for Jedrzejczyk-Penne. She's going to have to find a way to do what Esparza was unable to do, and that is to take down young Jedrzejczyk. And it's going to be very difficult for her, especially because she's actually moving up in weight for this fight. She held the title at 105 pounds at Invicta FC. Moving over to the UFC, she had to make that transition to 115 pounds because the UFC just doesn't have a 105-pound weight class. So Penne actually fighting up a weight class here. She'll have to be creative to win this fight.
Let's keep the focus on the former atomweight Penne. She fell to Esparza in the semifinals of the Tough 20 tournament, but beat Randa Marcos on the finale. What will she need to do to get her hand raised Saturday?
Well, it's like I mentioned, she's going to have to be creative. She's going to have to be crafty. She's going to have to be unpredictable. I think that was one thing that Carla Esparza was not when she fought Joann Jedrzejczyk at UFC 185. She was very predictable. Her game plan consisted exclusively of shooting on those single leg takedowns. For Penne, that's not going to work, just like it didn't work with Esparza. It's an uphill battle for sure. Let's make no mistake, this is basically a nightmarish stylistic matchup for Jedrzejczyk-Penne. She's going to have to be opportunistic, and if she is able to get that takedown, one thing that she is capable of is finishing a fight very quickly on the ground. She's going to need to be able to do that.
Brett, Vegas has Jedrzejczyk as a heavy favorite. In your estimation, who wins?
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard not to pick Jedrzejczyk in this fight. She's riding a very strong wave of confidence. She's a confident fighter already, but she's coming off a very dominant performance against a former champion in Esparza. And stylistically, look, this fight just does not look well for Penne. She's got a shot because of her submission ability, but I'm picking Jedrzejczyk on the feet. I think she finishes it inside 3 rounds.
Now, this is the UFC's newest weight class. What will it take for the strawweights to gain popularity amongst fans?
Yeah, I think time. Time is what it takes. I think they've got a good champion in Jedrzejczyk. They've got someone who fans can, she's Polish, so it's going to be a tough sell in terms of the American market selling her on pay-per-view, but her fighting style is very fun to watch. She's a stand-up fighter. She's got knockout power, which I think is unique for a female who weighs 115 pounds. So they have the right person in the job, really, to promote this division. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get there, as we've seen with other lighter weight classes, 125, 135 in the men. It does take time.
Fighting style, and she's got a ton of personality as well. He is ESPN MMA reporter Brett Okamoto. Brett, thanks. Check out the MMA page here on ESPN.com Saturday for highlights and Brett's breakdown of Fight Night. Well, that'll do it for MMA Live Extra. For Brett Okamoto, I'm Phil Murphy. Enjoy the fights.